Okay, I just looked at 10 o'clock. So let us call this meeting of Seneca County Commissioners to order for Thursday, January 7th. And join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Commissioner Paradiso, would you like to lead us in prayer this morning?
I'm going to yield back to you, Commissioner.
Okay. Heavenly Father, we ask for your intervention in this meeting, your loving hand to touch us and to give us the wisdom to do what is indeed in the best interest of those that have put us in office. We thank you for the new group of commissioners and congratulate both Commissioner Paradiso and Commissioner Schuff on their 4-year appointment. We ask that you guide them during their time in office. We ask in a very special way that you protect those people who are protecting our freedoms and their families. We ask all this through your Son. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, let's do a roll call, Nikki.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Here.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Here.
Commissioner Schuff?
Here.
Okay, so this is the one meeting a year where we get to reorganize and kind of decide what the structure and what committee appointments are going to happen. So I would like to start out again, go through the prayer and formally congratulating both Commissioner Paradiso on his election for 4 years and Commissioner Schuff on his election. This is the first time that we've met as a group. We certainly have not made any decisions prior to this, so this will be a roller coaster ride, gentlemen. Stacy, good luck.
I'm going to bring up just so you guys know where we're at on which appointments need done. So I'll just bring those up for you. Okay.
So this is a reorganizational resolution. And we need to appoint a board chair, a board president, and a board vice president. So I will accept nominations for those positions.
Would nominate Commissioner Kirschner as board president for this year.
I will second that motion.
Okay, any additional discussion? Nikki, we need a roll call on this.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes, and I will nominate Commissioner Anthony Paradiso as vice president of the board.
I'd like to second that motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Schuff. Any additional discussion? Hearing none. Nikki, one more time.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes. So we also have to set the time that the board will be meeting. And typically we have done 10 o'clock on, not typically, but over the years it's changed. We have lately done 10 o'clock on Thursday mornings. I know there'll be some exceptions to that throughout the year. And there'll be some additional meetings and some canceled meetings. But as a rule, Stacy helped me on this. If we just set the time and date, we can then modify that through motions throughout the year. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I would accept the motion that the board will meet every Thursday at 10 a.m. in the commissioner's office unless otherwise stated.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Okay. Any additional discussion about that? Hearing none. Nikki, we need another roll call.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes. So in addition to the appointments of officers, we also need to designate appointments to various Seneca County boards. Stacy has that list of appointments, and those are on the screen for you to review. Now, these aren't necessarily going to be in effect for the entire year. It could be that boards are traded off or that we designate one or the other schedules don't allow. So this is kind of again a replanning because we have 3 new commissioners here. We did make sure that Commissioner Schuff was assigned those that take the most time. We painstakingly looked at all the committees. So that's where we're at this point in time.
And these are in no particular order. Nikki just kind of did a draft. So if there's any one of these that need changed.
Yeah, so the copy that we received, there was a couple changes made, it looks like. I'm on the executive committee at regional planning. Yes. So that's good. So Commissioner Schuff, all 3 of us are on regional planning. I've been elected next year as vice president, so I'll be on the executive committee for that.
So the only thing under executive committee for regional planning for Commissioner Schuff would be that the executive committee be removed because he is on regional planning, but he is not the executive committee member.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that copied it down there too. I'll take that off.
All right.
Can you scroll up to Commissioner Kirshner's? Yeah. Thank you. And then we can can you go back to the bottom then?
Yep.
So I think we have FEDC, TSEP, and downtown. So for Commissioner Schuff, he's got downtown, TSEP, and Commissioner Kirshner has FEDC. Mike, I don't know if you have any, you have seniority here. I think.
Well, I think one of
us doesn't one of us need to be on either one of those instead of Commissioner Schuff on 2 of them?
Yeah, which Commissioner Schuff, which one would you prefer, TSEP or downtown committee?
You know, I think TSEP, if Tony wants that one on the executive board, if he would like that, that'd be fine. I'll leave it up to Commissioner Paradiso. I'd be happy on either, but
you would prefer downtown development?
I have I'm familiar with that board, so I feel like that'd be a natural fit. But I mean, if I had to pick between the 2, that'd be my preference.
Tony, TSEP, I had been on that. Do you want that, or I'm willing if you need me to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is one where at some point I'd like to be on the downtown committee. We could do a switch or throughout the year. I don't know how you want to do that. I was in my head, I thought you would stay on TSEP for 1 more year.
Okay.
And then Tyler and I would
split duties on downtown development
plus economic development.
Let's advise the downtown development committee that either you or Tyler will be at those meetings, and then you guys can decide which ones you would like to switch off on.
And the same thing with Fostoria, Mike?
Same thing with Fostoria. Let's Tyler and I work that out as to who will be there for those, and you and Tyler can work out downtown Tiffin then.
Okay, so then I will be on TSEP.
I'll be happy to take TSEP unless you want it.
I think for next year, I'd like to see you on TSEP. I'll stay on Fostoria, and then Tyler and I will work those 2 committees together and have further discussion. Okay.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, nothing is etched in stone here.
We can make use of you.
No, that sounds great. I mean, we can always cross streams here and do wherever they need us. I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, a lot of it's a matter of people's schedules as well. So okay. I think that if we can jointly put people on a committee, that's great because one or the other is more likely to be there then. So, Nikki, did you get all that?
Yeah, you're taking TSEP and Tony's taking FEDC, correct?
That's the plan A, yeah. Yes.
The other ones I got while you guys were talking, so.
President Kirshner, question.
Yes.
If we feel so moved, or if I wanted to attend some of the other committees, if I wanted to go over to Fostoria Economic Development, are we allowed to have 2 commissioners there, even though I'm not a voting party?
You're absolutely welcome to do that, as long as there's no decisions that are made as it relates to the county in those meetings.
Okay. Yeah, there's some of these committees, even though I might not be a board member on, that I wouldn't mind attending, just to familiarize myself and get more of an education.
Yeah, I love it when we get, somebody that's young and naive, man. So get right in there and get her done.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. You bet. Okay.
The rest of these okay?
So the rest are okay. I don't think I guess I do need a motion on this then.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept the appointments as discussed.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, commissioners. Any other discussion about that? If not, Nikki, I need you again.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Okay. Administrator Wilson, you're next on the agenda.
Sure. I guess the first thing I want to remind everybody is we have a board session on Monday evening scheduled to discuss EMS. That will be at 7 o'clock, and it's published on our Facebook, our website. The link is, so just wanted to remind everybody we have that meeting scheduled for Monday.
Just to insert one thing there, Stacy, since you're talking about schedules, I also wanted to make certain that everyone was aware that the meeting that is scheduled based on what we just did on the 26th of January will not happen. So the January 26th meeting, I think, is it 27th?
28th.
I'm sorry, 28th. Okay, I'm sorry. January 28th meeting will not be necessary. We'll have enough meetings in January.
Yeah, there were some schedule conflicts we had, so that's
okay.
what I was going to mention.
All right, so I just wanted to make sure while we're talking about scheduling, we get that in here.
Yep. So board for the 28th is canceled. And I just want to give you just a quick look at where we ended up the year for 2020. And it kind of gives you a breakdown on previous years as well. But as you can see, where revenues ended up at the end of the year and where our expenditures ended at the end of the year, we got to remember that the revenues were included. Some of those, unexpected items. We did move the Medicaid money over. We had a reimbursement for workers' comp that came in. So there were some bigger ticket items in that 20.6 million. But surprisingly, we did well. We weren't expecting that during a pandemic. So
Stacy, that's a good chart, and I appreciate it. But when we look at these at year end, one of the things that I try to look at very strongly is basically core earnings and core expenses, if you will. Okay. So if we remove unusual items, it seems like every year we have them. But if we remove unusual items on both sides, I know what they are. I think on the income side, are there any unusual items, expense items on the expense side that are just different for 2020?
For 20, I guess one of the big ones would have been our airport, but the revenue and expenses will reflect. Actually, the expenses is probably just a little bit higher because we haven't got the reimbursement from FAA yet on the completed projects for the taxiway and for the property. We've got some reimbursement, but not all of it. So that was one of the large increases in expenses and revenue that would be. The rest of them maybe have been one-time expenses, but were relatively small. We did get another workers' comp check for 2020 that basically covered the cost of workers' comp. So
what I'm trying to say is that if we look at the income and take out, I think it is a 725 workers' comp.
Yep.
And 885 on the Medicaid.
Yep.
Okay, so if we remove those two large items, and then look at the ordinary expenses, are we still in a position that cash flow is positive for the county? That's my overall view.
Yes, for 2020, yes.
Okay, very good. That's kind of where I'm coming from here.
Mike, I have a couple comments. So basically our core income was around 19 million.
That's correct.
I think that's directly impacted by the increase in sales tax throughout the year, which is a good thing. I'd like to see a couple more columns, Stacy. One would be we have income, we have expenses. Then could we have a column that has carryover, and then maybe another column that would show what we have in reserve. And I understand that if we put money in capital improvements but I mean the rainy day fund, Mike, the budget stabilization fund, and that to me gives me we have this carryover, we have this stuff to side. That would be a nice.
Yeah, there is a report that shows that, Stacy. I've seen it before somewhere along the way.
Yep, I send you those monthly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the carryover, Mike, just shows carryover and then the balances, right? Stays?
Yes. Yes.
So I would just have right. You got the income, expenses, and you have that report. I guess 2 reports is fine.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
Yep,
I understand. I'm a visual, as you could tell, Commissioner. I like it all right in front of me with graphs. It looks good. So thank you.
And I think that is all I had under my report today. One other scheduling thing. I don't know if you've seen the email from Paul Harrison. He would like to schedule an investment advisory meeting for the 19th at 11 o'clock. I didn't see anything on our calendars for that day. But I since I have you, I just wanted to make sure that 3 of you would be available.
Stacy, I will not. I will be traveling on my way back to Ohio that day.
Okay.
So I don't think that I'd have to check the schedule to see times, but you know, I may be able to sneak in for a bit during the course of the meeting.
Okay. The other 2, are you available?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I had.
All right. Very good. How about you want to just talk a minute about CARES and what's changed with that as far as timing goes?
Yes. I think as you guys noticed a bunch of emails that came through, they changed the date for the use of the CARES money from December 30th of 2020 to December 31st, 2021. And they waited to do that on December 30th. So, I mean, if you looked at the agenda, there are some reappropriations that we have to do since we were allowed to carry it over. We didn't rush to get those spent. So as you see on the agenda, we'll have a couple of those. Kylie and the auditor's office and I are working on finalizing everything that we've currently got spent and what invoices are outstanding. So hopefully here, I think Kylie said by next week, she'll have all of them paid up. And in a week or 2, I should be able to get you a number on where we're at, especially with the additional revenue that came in just from the other townships that gave us some money. So
is there any talk about additional CARES money above and beyond what's already been sent to us?
As far as I know, not for state and local.
Okay, I think this puts the, as I recall, there were a couple of things that we didn't do because we couldn't have them completed by the end of the year, right?
Yes.
And I think the same thing applies to some of the townships. They would have spent the money, but they couldn't complete whatever their project was by the time it came. So obviously everybody needs to reassess all that.
Yes.
And I don't know if we need to instruct any of the townships about all this to make certain they understand we're the money's coming from and when they can use it. But we ought to be very clear with everyone that's involved here.
Sure. I am on the Ohio Township Association, and they have been sending out numerous emails updating the townships. I'm sure Julie Adkins has sent out emails to the townships, but we can reach out to them as well, make sure that they're aware that it has been extended.
Okay, good. Thank you very much for your work on that. Okay, so we have commissioner reports. Tyler, I might have put you right on the spot. What do you got?
Sure, that's fine. Thank you, Mike. No, it's been a great first week. My term officially started here on January 3rd. I was sworn in on New Year's Eve. So far, it's been a great experience. Came down to the office here on Monday. I'm getting situated here with the computers, the passwords, the emails. All of the folks down here and the ladies here in the office have been extremely helpful. Getting everything set up. You guys are very well organized, so it's been very impressive thus far. One thing I noticed right away here, starting on Monday, the calendar starts to fill up pretty quick here throughout the week and the following, but I like how you guys stay organized down here and everything, and we've already started to have some meetings this week. Sheriff Stevens had a not a training seminar, but more of like a motivational speaker come up from South Carolina. He had a seminar for his guys talking about teamwork, basically just culture within a police department. The guy, his last name was Butler, but very well spoken. In talking to some of the guys out at the sheriff's department, I think it made a difference and kind of started a clean slate out there. And it was a very informative meeting. Also, yesterday attended the Downtown Development Committee. It was their once a year annual kind of audit here through the Main Street community. That was very well attended as well. I don't think we had anyone absent from that committee, but no, hitting the ground running here so far. We have a tour later today of the jail with Sheriff Stevens. So we're going to get a good lay of the land as far as that goes. Just out there pounding the pavement, talking to folks from Fostoria here, some of their electeds, and getting out to the townships as much as possible and just trying to hit the ground running. But it's been a great experience thus far and looking forward to working with everyone.
So do you have your nameplate on your desk now?
I do, actually.
Uh-huh. And do you have your business cards?
I've got the business cards.
Which, you know, I was elected 6 years ago. I just got mine like 2 weeks ago. So it's amazing. You got all this stuff in advance. Okay. Commissioner Paradiso.
I don't know what to say there. Thank you. I've been under the weather, isolated at home. Haven't been feeling the greatest. So today's my first day out of the house. I did have a COVID test. It was negative, and so I'm on the road to recovery. So appreciate everyone's support while I was out. And the positive thing is the museum lease is ready to be signed. Stacy can go ahead and sign that. I want to thank the prosecutor and Jim Supants and really the foundation for being patient. We went back and forth a few times, but we're there. So they'll be taking over anytime now. And looking forward to that transition. So I think, welcome, Tyler. You're excited, and it's good to have that around us. I mean, it's contagious, so we appreciate that. And yeah, I think everything we did with committees, Mike, is good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm on a couple of new ones, which I think's a good thing as a commissioner. I also think staying on a committee for the second year is a good thing as well, because it kind of takes maybe a year to really make an impact and kind of figure out what's going on. So I think we've got a good blend of assignments for this year. So looking forward to it. And as we always say, our number one priority is going to be EMS. I don't want to say we're moving slowly, but we're moving at a constant pace. We're having monthly meetings. We don't want to rush this, but we don't want to let a lot of time go by in between. So looking forward to a meeting Monday, and then maybe, progressing into February, and just kind of learning and talking and getting alignment so we can better improve our EMS system in the county. I think, to me, that's just the number one thing that, is up in my head. So looking forward to those discussions, and among other things.
Good.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you very much. I think that, Stacy, we can move on to new business now, unless anyone has any additional comments. If not, Stace, go ahead.
I have a couple supplemental appropriations. Let me bring that up for you. Okay. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yep, got it.
All right, as I mentioned before, we have some reappropriation of the COVID money. So that's what most of these are for. So I need to put 100,000 into equipment. I need to put $40,000 into hospitalization for the COVID. $1,450 into Medicare. $14,000 for PRS, and $100,000 in for salaries. And this, as you remember, we were allowed to pay for public safety out of the COVID money. So that's what these are for. And then I have an adjustment, a supplemental appropriation for the general fund. This is a new line that the auditor's office had gotten recommendation from the state that we separate out our software licensing and service contracts that pertain to the software licensing. And so we currently pay for like our Office 365 that includes email for all the county offices, and some service agreements for like our network. So those are usually in our contract services line. And I just missed adding that additional line into my spreadsheet. So I needed to add that to our budget. So that's all the supplementals I have.
So Stacy, no additional money, just a different line.
Yes, yes.
Thanks.
Let's see, I don't think I have this one on my screen, but I have a transfer in our local government funding. We have that 3-year resolution, where we separate out some of our local government funding for EMS, EMA, which also includes soil and water, floodplain. So we have a transfer on the agenda for that floodplain. We usually do that at the beginning of the year. And Soil and Water had called me yesterday and asked if we could do that today, just to make sure their cash flow is okay for that line. So we're going to do the transfer from our general fund to the Soil and Water floodplain line for $10,000. And then I have a resolution. I think I do have this one on my screen. There it is. Share. I do have a resolution amending the board orders of December 17th, 2020. It was our annual appropriation resolution for the general fund. We have received a court order from Common Pleas 1, changing the amounts from these various lines, doing an increase into the budget that we had passed. So there was a court order coming from Common Pleas 1. As you can see, the difference, it was about 14,000. So we have to amend our board's orders. And then I also have a resolution approving the agreement between Seneca County Engineer and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, Council number 8, local number 3540. And I think Mark was going to be available in case you had any questions, but I don't know if he's on. yet. I don't see him. The contract had actually expired in 2020, but due to COVID and the challenges that it had presented, he had finally got this negotiated, entered into an agreement. The union accepted it on December 23rd. So we are approving it for a 3-year term to expire July 20th, 2023.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's all I have today.
Okay.
Ace, did you get the last one I sent you for appointing Tyler to Great Lakes Community Action Partnership?
Oh, nope, I must have missed that one. Go to my email.
Let's include that in the resolutions and the appointments.
So I'll make a motion that we accept the appropriations and new businesses presented by Stacy.
Second, thank you, Tyler. Okay, the only discussion that I would have is that we have committed to revisit the expense side of the ledger after the first quarter numbers are in. And we will have some discussions about some things that had been requested that we did not approve, depending on what the financials look like after we get the first quarter numbers. So just wanted to add that to the conversation.
Yep.
So we have a motion. Any additional discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none. Nikki, you need a roll call on the motion.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes. Okay. Anything else to be brought before the commission this morning? If not, Jimmy, you know the routine.
Yes, so this is the time for public comment. If you are on your mobile device or your computer, you can hit the unmute button now and come forward. If you're on the phone line, you can hit *6 to unmute if you would like to make a comment during the public comment period.
Good morning, gentlemen.
There's Audrey.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. So first, just wanted to welcome Commissioner Schuff. We've had a great time working together in the past, and I'm very excited to be working with you in this new role as commissioner. I know we'll get some great things done. On behalf of Nick and Industrial Development, hopefully you've seen the press release that went out that Ball Rights has got a Jobs Ohio inclusion grant that will be allowing them to expand and purchase some equipment. There's more information about that on our website, and you can reach out to Nick if you have any specific questions about that. On my end, David and I continue to work really hard on our kind of next phase of working with the businesses to wrap up their paperwork and close out reporting for their CARES grant. So that is going very well. And I believe that's all I have. I think Amy's going to jump on here too, but do you have any questions for me about any of those things?
Okay, I think we're all set with that.
Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you. Amy?
Hello, good morning. Tyler, again, I would also like to welcome you as County Commissioner. And yesterday we are very pleased. We had our annual accreditation. So we are both state and nationally accredited again this year. So we're very pleased to have received those high honors. And I would like to thank Tyler for having attended yesterday. That was very, very beneficial for us. So I just wanted to make that announcement that we did get accredited once again. So that's all I have, unless you have questions.
Nice job, Amy. I don't think the public realizes the amount of work and what goes into that accreditation. It's pretty impressive. So nice job.
Thank you very
much. Looking forward to working with you. You do a great job at everything and keeping everybody organized. And how many years in a row have we got this accreditation? Because I mean, you do so much behind the scenes that people don't know about. How many years in a row have we got this?
Well, so we became a Main Street community in December of 15. So it would have been January of 17, we started the process. So we've been accredited since 2016 because we get accredited for the previous year. So.
Nice job.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for the report, Amy. Good news. Anyone else out there? How about the, yes.
Commissioner Ben Nutter, just wanted to welcome Commissioner Schuff to your board. Look forward to working with all of you in 2021. Things are going very well at our facility in Fostoria. Always available to answer any questions that you all might have. And otherwise, looking forward to a great 2021.
Yes, sir. You betcha. Yes.
Thank you, Ben. Looking forward to working with you as well.
2021's got to be better, doesn't it?
Well, I almost gave up on my trial subscription of 2021 after 7 days, but hopefully today will be a better day. So
yeah,
we'll continue on.
Well, the worst investment the guy ever made was a 2020 planner, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
And Ben, I'm sure that's not you above the rim getting ready to make a dunk, right?
Yeah, no. My next,
not you.
my next dunk will be my first one. So yeah, but I live vicariously through my son. So yeah.
Proud father there. That's awesome.
Right.
If you do one more, that'll be one, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Okay. Anybody else? How about Highbridge? You guys on the phone today?
Yes, we are. Good morning and Happy New Year
Mike.
to everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity to speak as always, and welcome to Commissioner Schuff as well. Look forward to working with you. We are just getting the General Assembly started here in Columbus. The new members took the oath of office this week. And as you know, you have a new senator for the 26th Senate District, which includes most of Seneca County. I think you know him pretty well, Bill Reinecke, and new Representative Gary Click. So we'll be working with them and their teams, and we'll keep you posted as things progress and committee assignments happen over the next few weeks. But we're looking forward to another robust year to do the good work for you. And if there's anything that you need or that we can help you with on your state government needs as the year gets started, please don't hesitate to reach out to us anytime.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
You
Mike.
bet.
Okay, Jimmy, see anybody else out there?
Seeing nothing at this time.
Charlene, you had made a comment somewhere. Do you need to interject anything here?
No comment made. We're good. I just sent you an email. That's all. You're good.
Okay. All right. So
welcome, Tyler.
Thank you, Charlene.
Perfect. Okay. Hearing nothing else, I will adjourn the meeting at 10:37 a.m. Thank you all, and have a great beginning of the year.